waiting on the...
Hey, David, ready?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Gordon, good to see you.
Hello, how's everybody?
Hi, Gordon.
What are you?
Good to see you.
Okay, thought I'd join your meeting here.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for being here. Hi, Michelle. Hi,
Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
Hashimi.
Michelle.
We got Sean coming in. Jane is here. Hi,
Hi.
Jane. I see Simon's on. Ross, Aaron. Aaron! Hey, Aaron! That sounded crazy, but hey, Aaron. All right. I see Sandy's on. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Bob. Hi,
Bob.
Bob.
The
Bob's here. Sorry, that was Alejandro.
Oh yeah, behind the blue wall.
How's everybody doing? We're so glad that you're here with us this uh, third Wednesday? Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Wednesday, yeah.
I don't know time anymore. So excited everybody's here with us. Thanks for being here. Alrighty.
Thank you for your enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah, this is me all the time. Yeah. All right, we got someone else coming into the. We'll give it probably just one other minute before we get ready with our jam-packed schedule for today. Really excited everybody's here. For folks that I haven't met, nice to meet you. My name is Nicolette. My pronouns are she, her, shall. I am the president for Asian American Democrats of South Texas, so San Antonio and down below. Really great to see some folks on here. And we're about to get our presentation deck ready to go.
So I was no so when did the San Antonio uh, organization get up and running?
So San Antonio actually has been around for a while. It's
Okay.
the South Texas one. There was a former president before, and then she stepped down, and then Nabila appointed me. What was it 2 years ago? No, two, three, just about.
Okay.
Yeah. Ding, ding. All right, I'll get the presentation deck and ready whenever you are, David.
All righty. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our second quarterly AADT statewide membership meeting. We're so glad that you're able to join us today, and we're also streaming live on our YouTube as usual. And so, yeah, we're trying to do our best to reach as many folks and across the state as possible, and so make this meeting as accessible as possible. Well, that's a mouthful. As accessible as possible. So we're so glad that you're able to join us today here on Zoom, and also those who are tuning in and streaming us on YouTube. These membership meetings are an opportunity for us to share our updates and also provide any sort of engagement with our membership and also others, our partners, our stakeholders, etc., and provide us a space for us to build community and build kind of this safe space for us to organize and share a lot of the things that we're going through and experiencing as we are continuing to organize and continue to build political power for our community across the state. And this is really exciting for us because we have a lot of really exciting updates to share, especially with this midterms, with the previous primaries that just happened. And also, we'll be talking about the state convention, which you'll be hearing about in a couple of minutes. So we'll give it about probably one more minute as other folks trickle in. But in the meantime, for a little icebreaker, thanks to Nicolette, Thanks to Nicolette for the for this icebreaker. But this is from Turning Red. If you haven't seen the movie, please recommend watching it. It's really cute. But on a scale of like 1 to 6, like which red panda are you? Like how are you feeling today? We just kind of want to know. And feel free to also put your introduction in the chat. Introduce where you're tuning in from, what org you're part of. If you're a candidate, please feel free. We'll also give candidates a couple of seconds in the beginning of the meeting to also briefly introduce yourself as well. And yeah, so feel free to let us know. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Would love to, come on mute, say hi for a couple minutes, and then we'll get started real quick. Anyone?
David, it's Sean Finney. I am
Hi, Sean.
technologically challenged, so I'm not going
I have to be on a call
Hi.
for a
I'm not
little
going to
bit.
try to figure out the chat. I'm feeling a 1. I think that was in the turning red scale. I think that's pretty good. And happy to be here with you. I'm running in CD2 as the Democrat opposing Steve Toth, who defeated Dan Crenshaw. So thank you very much for having me here. I'm in the parking lot of another meeting I have to go to, but I'll be here 10 or 15 minutes. But thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Sean. Really appreciate it. All right. As I see Ryan 5, the baby is crying, and Lakshmi 5 and 6. Okay. Well, regardless, if you're feeling, grumpy panda or not, or happy panda, we're just glad that you're here. So, all right. I guess we can just continue with I will call this meeting to order at 6:44. Let's just make it round up 6:45 of our second quarterly membership meeting. All right, we'll get into, so if we have any candidates who are here on the call right now, we want to give just a quick 15 seconds to kind of do your quick little intro and just say hi before. We do have a couple of business that we want to get to, but we want to also get the chance to hear from our amazing candidates who are running, whether you're running in a runoff, whether you are the Democratic nominee. Congratulations, you made it. We're so excited to be supporting you and hear from your journey and support you as much as possible. So if there are any candidates, please feel free to raise your hand, and then we'll slowly call your name and kind of go through the list. So I see Sara McGee first up.
Hi, David. Yeah, my name is Sara McGee. I am the Democratic candidate for Texas House District 132, which is out in West Harris County, so like the Katy and Cypress area. This is my first time joining this caucus meeting, and I'm very excited to be here. So thank you for hosting.
Thank you so much, Sara. All right. Sandy, one of our AADT endorsed candidates. Glad to see you here.
Hi, thank you for having me. And yes, my name is Sandy Ibanez, and I'm running for state rep for House District 28 out in Fort Bend County. And I made it to the general, so yay. Looking forward to hitting the ground running and continuing with y'all's support. So thank you so much.
Can we get a whoop whoop in the room?
Yeah, Sandy.
All right, I see Mr. Porter.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Grandison Porter, and I'm running for Brazoria County District Clerk. And I am so excited to be part of this meeting and listening in and hopefully be able to grasp something from it that can actually help me and help many of my constituents here in the county as the general election progresses.
Thank you so much for being here. All right, am I missing anyone else? It's good to see you, Aaron. Love Aaron. I'll just read his little comment. He's here from State Representative Dr. Suleiman Leilani's office. He says he's about a 4. Aw. but he's excited about the potential Dem gains after the primary showing. Very bummed about the ongoing war, of course, and the growing course of hate speech. Very valid, but glad that you're here, Aaron. And so you also have Melissa Madonna, who's running for CD38. Congrats on being the Dem nominee. I'm very excited for your candidacy. And I know Sean Finney, who is running for in CD2, very crucial race as well. So we're really excited that you're here. Am I missing anyone else?
I just want to highlight Mr. Bob Mihara. He was a candidate for House District 117 here in San Antonio, and just want to give you a couple flowers. Bob, come off mute. Say hi.
Thanks, Nicolette. Yeah, no, it was
love
my
you, Bob.
privilege to run, and I'm happy. I'm hoping to receive a mayoral appointment for a streets and bridges board that'll be up for a vote for tomorrow. So hopefully within the week we'll be able to do some important work within the local infrastructure to make lives better for all of us. But thanks, Nicolette, for the shout out. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Kind of going through, I also see Nelson from California. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining Texas Dems tonight. It's good to see you, Jean, as well. All right, and we'll get started right away. So for those who are just joining us today, and you're not familiar with AADT, I just want to briefly introduce ourselves. We are the official Asian American and Pacific Islander caucus under the Texas Democratic Party. And so this year is considered our presidential year, our 35th anniversary this year. And we recently had a kickoff for our 35 years last December. And I know some of you all joined and supported us. And so really grateful for that. And we're really excited to continue this amazing work of building out and expanding our caucus. We're incredibly proud to have four very strong chapters and continuing to grow and expand our outreach outside of the chapters and continue to build out this caucus and make sure that Asian Americans no longer sidelined, and make sure that we are heard wherever we are across the state and heard within the party. And so that is the work that a lot of great organizers that I get to work with, like Nicolette, Lakshmi, Amatullah, so many others who are fighting the great fight alongside us. And so I'm really grateful to be a part of this great group, and hope that those of you who are joining us for the very first time, please, we welcome you, we want you in, and continue to help us out, because we want to continue to build our political power, because Asian Americans, we are the fastest growing, and we are the margin of victories in these elections. And so without further ado, I want to pass it off to my best and my favorite minion of all, out of San Antonio, the president of our South Texas Asian Dems chapter, Nicolette, for our SDEC report.
Awesome. So folks, those that are with us today, I hope you've heard we have a Texas Democratic Convention happening June 25th to 28th in Corpus Christi. So if you haven't heard about it, please check out texasdemocraticconvention.com. And if you're interested in joining, there's still some time that you can sign up to be a state delegate. And what that means is you'll reach out to your county party chair or your SDC representatives and let them know that you do want to join us in Corpus Christi from June 25th to the 28th. Think of it as a really great opportunity that you can meet other like-minded progressives and Democrats, all from different parts and pockets of the state of Texas, to talk about the issues that matter most to us, help shape the platforms that we have, help shape the rules that we have, help shape the resolutions that we put forward and push forward to represent our party. I also want to highlight that, of course, we wouldn't be the AAPI caucus if we didn't have the best party at convention. So if you are, again, interested in joining us in Corpus, you are in for a treat when I tell you that we're going to have the best happy hour event in Corpus Christi, and you don't want to miss it. So again, please feel free to reach out to any of us, your county party chair or your STC member, to make sure that you're signed up to be a delegate for our state convention in Corpus Christi. With that being said, we're looking to explore different routes to get folks either from Dallas, especially North Texas, and Houston area to get to Corpus. So we're looking at different funding streams and hopefully ways we can partner with some of our candidates and our elected officials to help subsidize some of the costs, right? Because folks are welcome to use the hotel block that's provided by the Texas Democratic Party. Folks are welcome to do Airbnbs, carpool share, all those great things, so we can make it easier for Democrats from all across the state to come together in Corpus Christi. Again, this is such a great opportunity. You won't want to miss it because, again, it's folks that give a damn about our Texas Democratic Party and give a damn about elections and making sure that Democrats win up and down the ballot in every single nook and cranny of our state. So again, if you're interested, check out TexasDemocraticConvention.com. That's where you'll find out preliminary more information, and then also be on the lookout because we as AADT will be putting together a training, kind of like a pre-convention caucus meeting, to help prepare you on what you need to know about convention, what to expect, what to maybe pack, what to not pack, and of course, because we'll be on the beach, please bring your swimsuit so that way you can join in on all the fun. With that being said, I'm actually gonna pop it back over to David for AADT updates.
Thank you so much, Nicolette. And as she mentioned, convention season is always super fun. And especially those of you who've never gone before, or if you've gone in the past and you kind of just stopped going, we want you back. It's always a fun time to party with the party, like I say, like I like to say. And there's also like other things that you can get involved with, and definitely try to, move and influence, the party, whether that's like through rules, resolutions, platform, etc. You can make your voice heard and be an active member of the party. And so we're here to help. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of us. And we're happy to answer your questions, and be on the lookout, for the pre-convention caucus meeting that's happening in May for all of our Asian state delegates, and then of course our amazing happy hour. So with that being said, in terms of AADT caucus updates, and so we recently had a really robust and crazy endorsement process for the first round for the March primaries, and we had an amazing number of over 145 candidates, and currently counting. There's more candidates that we're screening through our second round right now. And that's through the efforts of so many of our caucus members, and also the candidates who sought out our endorsement and see the value in our caucus. And this is probably one of the first times that we've ever in caucus history that we've ever done such a large number of endorsement screenings. And we want to continue to do this because it's so important for us to have these conversations, and also an opportunity for us to educate our candidates on the issues and priorities of our caucus and our community. And we've had so many great candidates come through, and we were able to have a lot of really productive conversations. So we're really proud of that. And we're proud to say that we had a 76% win rate with our first slate. And so most of them either made it as the Democrat nominee, or we also have a few who advanced to runoffs. That's happening later in May. And so we're very proud of that. And among that, we have at least 17 to 18 Asian Americans who are our Democratic nominees going to November. And so we're very proud of that. We definitely need to continue to expand that number. And that's part of the work that AADT is doing. And so very proud of what we've done thus far, and we'll continue to work on that. And so our second round of endorsements will be finalized and announced very soon. We'll be wrapping up our screenings. Starting probably next Monday will be our last couple of screenings that we have left, and then we'll announce our second slate. And so if you have any questions and curious about what our current slate looks like and other updates, please visit us on texasasiandemocrats.org. And we have an endorsement tab available. Second update that I want to share is that because it is convention season, and that also means that the term for our current officers on the executive committee are up. And so we'll be having elections for our new officers coming up very soon. Probably after this meeting, you'll be hearing from our amazing elections committee who will be setting up the election. And so if you're curious, you need any other extra information about what the process will look like, we'll be sending out an email in our newsletter. But also, if you're interested in wanting to be a state officer, you can also participate through the chapters. Just let us know. We'll be happy to answer any of those questions and provide any details of that. So that'll be coming up soon. We do have, we'll have a couple positions open. And again, all the information will also be on our website. And then the last update that I wanted to share So I heard a question. Okay, probably not. So the last thing is, so those of you who attended the last 2 years, and every year AADT likes to host our AAPI Heritage Month reception. And so we'll be doing that again next month in May in Houston. And so if you're interested in wanting to help out with planning, or if you're interested in sponsoring, please reach out to us and also let us know. More details to come out soon. I know last year we had a Beto come out and speak to us, and also like we had over 100 members come out, and it was kind of a really fun time. And so and some of you who were here also were participated in that. So if you're interested in helping us with that and sponsoring, please reach out. We'll send out a date very soon as well, within this week and next week or so, with the details for the reception. So. And with that, we'll move on to our next agenda item. We're flying through this really great. So the main purpose of today's meeting is to pass our bylaws. And so for some context, and those of you who may not know, our bylaws the last time our state bylaws have been updated was back in 2016. And so it's been 10 years now since we've had a revisit and kind of a read through of our bylaws. And there's some things that we noticed that we wanted to update. And so back in January, in our first meeting of the year, our president Amatullah created the bylaw revisions committee, and that is chaired by one of our advisory board members, Lakshmi Ramakrishnan. She's amazing, and she spearheaded the revisions of our bylaws, and we're very proud to present these new bylaws that hopefully we'll be able to continue to use within the next couple years. And these are just most of them are kind of minor, not too major changes to the bylaws. And so those of you who are due paying members, you may have received an email from me with some of the information about the different changes. And so per our current bylaws, so the process is the committee will meet to kind of go through revisions and kind of suggest revisions, and then will be brought up to the executive committee, which is a member of 4, Amatullah, Wesley, me, and also Michael. And so we approved it, and so we're presenting it now to the membership for the final vote. And so those of you who are due paying members who are on this call right now, you guys will get the chance to vote on this tonight and approve of it. And so it's just majority of the members present on this call who will be voting on that. And we have a list of the members who are due paying. And so we'll be going through that vote once we present this. So I will pass it now to the Bylaws Committee Chair, Lakshmi, who will be going through and providing the proposed changes to our bylaws. So.
Hi, everyone. As David mentioned, my name is Lakshmi Ramakrishnan. I'm based out of Sugar Land, and I'm on AADT's advisory board. And I was also the Bylaws Committee Chair. I can't tell if the new draft was linked, or is the draft proposal linked somewhere? But
yeah, it was sent to members via email.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through some of the major changes. In the first part, we removed a couple of sections. One had to do with having an annual banquet. And then the second one was about voting on referendums, which we felt that the other provisions of the bylaws left enough room for the possibility of something like a referendum vote. We replaced some language pertaining to we switched the executive committee titles from president to chair and from vice president to vice chair to mirror other party caucuses. In Article 5, Section 9, actually, let me go through the amended. Let me go, because we'll start in Article 2, so you can kind of go down. On Article 2, Section 4, annual fees, we added language saying that annual membership fees will be due on May 1st of each year. The prior language didn't have a date, like it didn't have a term of membership. So the idea is your membership dues will start May 1st and they will go through the end of April. And that's a year-long membership, and they renew. You have to be paid up each year May 1st. If you're not, then you'll have to, pay to renew your membership. And
it's a yearly membership, correct?
yes, yearly membership. The membership fees right now are $20, I believe, and then less for students. And if there are any changes to the rates, those are going to be made at the first executive committee of the year, which is usually in January, and everyone will be notified so that their upcoming May charge may go up, but they'll be notified by the executive committee. There was a minor change to the section 5, of membership cancellation, which just says that your membership expires if you haven't renewed by May 1st.
What section is that? Article and section, please.
Article 2, Section 5, membership cancellation. And also, if you wanted to see the old bylaws, I believe they're on our website.
I'm looking at it right now. Yes, thank you.
Then nothing else was changed in that section of the membership cancellation. That was the older language was there. We added to Article 2, Section 8, advisory board, to define who comprises the advisory board, and so that now that it says that it should be no fewer than 3 members, it should include a past officer of AADT, current or past DNC members, and other active members as kind of the pool that you choose at least 3 advisory board members from. And it shall seek to reflect the diversity, and they shall not serve concurrently on the executive committee. So you can be either in the executive committee or the advisory board, not both. We made a change to Article 3, Section 1, which is regular meetings. I don't think we changed. Well, the old bylaws were confusing because they used the same language twice. So it's clarifying that regular meetings of the general membership shall be once every quarter. And then when necessary, executive committee may call special meetings. And then we changed special meetings. Did we change special meetings? 1 second. Oh, yeah. Some language in the old bylaws referred to 1/3 of the executive committee, but 1/3 of the executive committee is just the chair, vice chair, secretary, and treasurer. And so 1/3 of 4 people is like a weird way of characterizing it. So we changed some of the references to 1/3 to like 2 members. In the new draft. That was kind of a minor change. Article 3, Section 5, instead of having kind of a like required list of agenda items, because sometimes meetings don't need all of the elements, we had like a suggested list of agenda items for a general membership meeting in the order of business. Okay, Article 4, Section 2, elections. To scroll down. One of the things that we wanted to change was to key all of the dates backwards from convention, just so that there was plenty of time before convention to make sure that all of these elements occurred. So the old bylaws were a little bit vague about when all of the election elements should happen, or actually they were keyed like from an initial meeting, and then this week after, and this week's after, and this week's after, and we kind of like changed it to make sure we're going before the convention. So So 3 months prior to the Texas Democratic State Convention, we'll notify people of the election schedule and request nominations. 2 months prior to the state conventions, nominations shall close. And then the election committee shall announce the final list of nominees, 30 days after the final list of nominees announced, so around 1 month prior to convention, that would be a special general membership meeting for candidates to introduce themselves. And then 2 weeks prior to the state convention, the ballots go out to all the members, and then the deadline to vote is 1 week prior to convention. The other benefit of having it this way is that it kind of gets us on the framework of like, oh yes, the convention is coming. These are the things that we have to start doing in the next few months before. Then we changed vacancies. Let me see how we changed it. This is Article 4, Section 4. Yes. We added that a vacancy lasting longer than 6 months may be filled by a special election. And also, did we change? Right, advisory board can appoint, but if it's going to be longer than 6 months, there should be a special election, or may be filled by a special election.
Which section are we now on? Still
that was
still 2?
We're in Article 5.
Correct. What section?
Sorry, Article 4, Section 4, vacancies.
4. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. The only addition there was that a vacancy lasting longer than 6 months may be filled by special election. These are vacancies for the executive committee. So we're Article 4 is, elections still. Now moving to Article 5, Section 7, which is treasurer. We added kind of some language to this one. Transfer of signatory rights was added. Transfer of signatory rights on all bank accounts shall occur within 60 days of the election of the treasurer. And then 2 executive committee members, this is also 2 executive committee members, the treasurer and 1 other member of the executive committee shall serve as signatories on the accounts. I think the rest is the same as before. Yeah, I think it's the same. Okay. Secretary, we added language about sending annual fee reminders. Basically, because now we have like a new fee deadline. So now we have a deadline for also reminding everyone to pay their fees. And that the secretary is going to do that. In Article 5, Section 11, XI, we added lodging and travel expenses incurred by SDEC representatives and approved by the executive committee may be reimbursed.
Is there, and I can't tell, these are very tiny, I'm trying to pinch it up, these, what you have on the screen. Is there a maximum? Is it, where are the details on that? Are there any guardrails of the new Section 11? Because that's new, correct?
No, nearly everything is the same, except for the addition of lodging and travel expenses by SDEC representatives. So we, as the official caucus of the Texas Democratic Party, have SDEC representation, and that representation often requires travel within the state. And so basically we're just agreeing that people who are representing us in the Texas Democratic Party as our SDEC representative can get compensated for that expense. It was contemplated in the old bylaws language regarding compensation because it did set expenses incurred in the performance of official duties and approved by the executive committee shall be reimbursed. I'm sorry, let me look again, actually. Yeah.
I also add that in our discussion during the committee hearings, so we added like the language like maybe, and so this is like an optional. This is like optional because this is only like if not only necessary, and like SEC reps if they want to get reimbursed, and it still has to be approved like majority by EC anyway. So this is just kind of in addition to maybe help SDC reps if they may need it or not. But I do get your concern of like whether we should limit the amount or not. But I believe that's kind of like flexibility on like whether, you know, because maybe expenses could be more a certain year or less depending on, you know, inflation, things like that. So I personally wouldn't put a cap.
Actually, the language is more, sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
I think I lost you.
Is it appropriate for me to make any comments at this point, or do you want me to hold my comments until the end?
Yeah, maybe we'll go through the presentation and then we can have questions at the end.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I also just want to add on this compensation section that this language in our proposed amendment is more specific regarding what can be compensated than the language of the 10-year-old bylaws, right? This is actually giving a definition of the type of expense that can be reimbursed. The old bylaws did allow for compensation at the discretion of the executive committee of when a officer incurred expenses in their role. Okay, so it's not like we are adding a category of expense that wasn't compensated previously. It is just providing more definition as to what is included in that compensation. And the other thing I would also say is because we need this representation in the party, it should not fall on members like their own personal finances as to whether they can represent us in these meetings. So I think that, you know, we possibly would already have been considering compensating those things. It's just providing a definition of it here. Okay. I'm okay with going comment by comment because I don't know if people are going to like forget everything they want to say at the end.
That's my problem. I'm worried if I don't say it now that I may have forget. Well, what was I going to say? Because I am very involved in several, both national and entities and local and quasi-governmental entities on governance and bylaws changes. So one of the things that I would suggest putting in there is put something reasonable and necessary, something that, you know, just kind of puts a few guardrails. So not that I think that anybody would do it presently, but, you know, in the future, you know, first class and, you know, stuff like that, you know, I'm a member of Dallas Area Rapid Transit, and our bylaws have reasonable and necessary, take, you know, business, you know, it's actually in our bylaws, but if we just have reasonable and necessary, that would give me an additional comfort level.
Yeah, so what's the specific language that you want to suggest?
Just reasonable and necessary reasonable and necessary expenses incurred and approved by the executive committee as a result. So just before the last sentence of section 10 to put reasonable and necessary expenses, just add the words reasonable and necessary. And then, you know, that shows good stewardship of funds.
Are you okay with that, Michelle?
Yes,
like
yes.
adding, okay.
Yeah, just adding reasonable and necessary, just so that I think it just looks better optically for that.
Okay. Article.
And I'll say if we want this change, we'll need a motion to be presented and then a second and then so.
Absolutely. And at the end, I guess I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Article 6, Section 2. This was kind of a significant change to the duties of executive committee members. Previously, it was there. It said officers are required to attend meetings, and it shall be the policy that when an officer has missed 2 consecutive executive committee meetings, they shall be notified. And then if they miss the 3rd consecutive meeting, and the absence is unexcused, the position shall be declared vacant. One of the issues was that executive committee meetings have been occurring a lot more frequently than I think were envisioned in the original bylaws. And so we changed it so that out of all the executive committee meetings that are held, you've got to do 4 in a year. And if it looks like you're going to miss your 4th one, and that's unexcused, then that position could be vacant. So it would be, let's say there's a January and a March and a June, and you came to one of those, like, you will have plenty of time to catch your 4 within the year, and they don't have to be all consecutive. But when you're going to miss the 4th within a year, that's when the position shall be declared vacant. And the majority of the remaining executive committee have to concur with that declaration. I think we also added the language that says officers must be dues-paying members in good standing throughout their term. Just to make sure that all of our executive committee are paying their dues. Okay. Then I think I had missed some, I'm sorry. We added 2 sections. So actually go back to Article 5, Section 9 was added. It's new. Because we had language concerning the appointment of an advisory board, but no section on what the advisory board does. And so now it says that they're going to be carrying out.
Sorry, Lakshmi, which section was that again?
Sorry, 5. So you have to go up a little.
5.
No, down. Sorry, Article 5, Section 9.
5, Section 9.
Getting close. Yeah, there. Up a little bit. There.
Up here. There you go.
Yeah, this is a new section. Just to say that they're involved in the elections, and they have responsibilities connected to special elections and vacancies, and advisory board shall assist in raising funds for AADT. And then, okay, now we can go into Article 6, Section 2. Requirements. Oh, we did that. Sorry.
Yeah, we just covered this one.
Yeah. So we did 6.2 and we did 6.3, and then we added 6.4, which is gender equity. And that just says the vice chair shall have a gender equity different from that of the chair. And I think that mirrors other party caucuses and requirements. And I think that's it. I'm sorry, I know I went really fast. but definitely happy to answer questions about any of it. David, do we have to?
Yeah.
Sorry, do we vote on Michelle's proposed amendment separately
Yeah, so
from?
Michelle would make a motion on the amendment first. We'll vote on that and then we'll approve the updated with her amendment.
Okay, I would like to make a friendly amendment to add the words reasonable and necessary to the last sentence in Article 6, Section 11.
All right, we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, second by Bob. All right. I'll just do a voice vote. And we'll just do I'll just start with any opposition, make that easier. So do we have anyone who opposes this amendment? Any opposition? Any opposed? All right, hearing none, the amendment has passed.
Great, thank you.
All right, and so we now need an amendment to adopt the updated bylaws as is with the amendment. So do we have a motion on the table?
Can I do it? I move to amend. I move to
Yeah, of
adopt
course.
the amended bylaws, including the amendment.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, second by Nicolette. All right, I'll also do a voice vote. All those in favor of approving our new bylaws, I'll say any opposed. I'll do that first, and so sorry. Anyone who opposes the adoption, please speak now. Any opposition? Any opposed? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, our bylaws have been adopted. Thank you, everyone,
Woo,
for
woo,
that.
woo, woo. Sorry, that's all. Kudos and praise to Lakshmi. Man, that was hairy.
Harishini, you're a member, by the
thank-
way. Sorry. I saw your comment. You're a
I
member.
haven't paid my dues yet, though.
You're a member as a part of our old bylaws.
Oh, okay.
So these
Okay,
will
cool.
be up. These will be in use with the next term. So
Okay.
you're
got it.
currently a member. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated in our various bylaws committee meetings. David, Nicolette, Simon, Osamatullah, and Becca. And hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Like that was everyone.
Can I ask a question about the dues? Did we used to pay dues in 2-year increments, or has it always been 1-year increment? And I'm showing my ignorance here, but I thought at one point it was a 2-year payment.
Yeah. Originally, it was 2-year. The annual fee was something that the executive committee was discussing. This was with our last president, Nabila. We kind of talked about it for a while, and so then we brought it up in the bylaw revisions, and that's what kind of the group agreed with.
Okay,
so that's a little easier.
Okay, what's the effective date? Is it as of today? Is that correct?
Let me check the language specifically. And so the annual dues will begin on May 1st.
Of 2026 under the
correct,
the new yearly dues structure.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, membership will expire on the 30th of this month, and then May 1st will be the new membership term.
Okay. That's what I wanted to clarify. Okay. So are we basically doubling the dues? Because wasn't it $20 for every 2 years, and now it's going to be $20 every year? So we're actually essentially doubling the dues. Is that my understanding?
Yes, if we're basing it off of the old way, which was 2 year, and now we're splitting it, so it's 20 a year. So yeah.
So now it's $40 for every 2 years, so we're actually doubling the dues. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else have any other questions?
Yes, I do. How do we pay the dues? Or is it on the website?
Yes. Yes, it is on the website.
Okay,
I can also drop the link for you in this chat right now.
sure, that'd be great.
I will say, wait, if you're looking to renew that, wait till the May 1st so that we'll have an official like date on your membership.
Okay, I'll
So that
wait.
they're ineffective. So yeah.
So
But,
wait, so your suggestion is to wait till May 1st and
Yeah.
to process it. Can we send a check in saying, please hold until May 1st?
Sure. I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
also post date the
yeah.
check too. You
Oh,
can
that's
post date
true.
it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and so that concludes our business for tonight's meeting. I just want to thank all of y'all for hanging in with us. And so our next meeting, so actually our next membership meeting, our Q3 will be with our new term for whoever the next officers will be. But we also have a pre-convention caucus meeting, like we mentioned, on May 14th for any of our delegates who are going to convention in Corpus Christi in June. And so if you are interested, please feel free to attend that. I will also say that the deadline to apply for delegate is this coming Monday, the 13th. And so if you haven't already RSVP'd to go to convention, please do so by going to texasdemocraticconvention.com or org. I think it's com. And RSVP by Monday, or you can also reach out to your county party and let them know that you're interested in becoming a delegate. And come party with us in Corpus. And then we'll send out more information about our AAPI Heritage Month reception in Houston very soon as well. But other than that, I will call this meeting to a close and just want to thank all of you for joining us.
Thank you. David, can we talk after about North
course.
Texas Asian Democrats?
Of course.